Hello and welcome to the Inner Sanctum. This is my studio, RedDrum Studio. So I thought it'd be interesting to take a look at my process with recording a track, remote drum recording it's called. So I thought I would run you through my kind of process. So I received a client through Air Gigs yesterday, where I get quite a bit of work. So first thing to do is log in. So yeah, I'm logging in. So I'm gonna have a look at the message and get the tracks. So this is a song, a rock ballad apparently, called Everything Belongs to the Wind. Not too many notes on this, but it's good to like have a look at the notes and see, you know, what it is they're kind of looking for to begin with. So they want drums for the song, rock ballad. Song's 4 minutes long. Tempo is 80, which is really important to get the click speed. Sometimes I can spend a long time figuring that out, so it does save a bit of time. There's a programmed drum version, so it says this is quite close to what we're looking for, but as you're the expert, oh yeah, naturally it would be nice to hear your own contrasts, climaxes, rides, and choice of percussion. Okay, cool. So we've got a no drums version here, MP3 WAV, and I assume this here is the version with drums. So I'll need both of those. So I'll download the no drums version and the full version, which I assume that is. The reason for that is that because they've said they've got a programmed pattern. Now quite often I'll get sent tracks that have a drum part or a program part, and that's actually really useful because you just get the feel for where the emphasis is in their brain. By that I mean what kind of groove they're kind of looking for. So it just makes my job, I've got a head start basically, because I can straight away feel out what kind of groove, what kind of feel that they're going for, like straight away. And then obviously having the no drums version is what I'll track to when I actually get round to the tracking of the drums, the recording of the drums. So I will just wait for this to download and then we'll get back to it. Okay, cool. So now those tracks are downloaded, I'll open up my Logic. So I use Logic Pro. So I open up, I have a template basically that I have preset for drum recording. So all my drums are always set up with mics on, basically ready to record. And this template just means that everything that I have mic'd up going into my interface here and my preamps here. So I use like this Audient ID44 and an Audient ASP880. So it goes straight into this and then into the computer. And then I've got on here 11 tracks of drums: kick in, kick out, snare top, snare bottom, floor, rack, overhead, left and right, hi-hat. I've got a room mic in the corner, and then I've got a smash mic, which is basically just above kick pedal pointing towards the snare. So it's quite a basic mic up setup. In a way, I mean, it's 11 microphones on a drum kit, which is quite a lot in a way, because a lot of people do like two mics or even one mic sometimes. But it gives me the option. I can always do just a 2 mic setup, or I can do an 11 mic setup. And for a small room like this, it's basically all you really need. And I can get a good sound. So yeah. So what I want to do now is grab those tracks. So I haven't done any work on this. So this is literally me in real time. So this is quite a good thing. So I work in 48 kilohertz. So those tracks that I was sent were in 44.1. So I just had to quickly convert the file. It's just a higher sample rate basically. And I can do up to 96 on here. But generally, obviously then your files are getting bigger and bigger. Generally I work in 48. But I can do up to 96 if need be. So what I'll do here is, so I have the track here and the no drums track here. So I know it's 80, so I'm going to change the tempo up here to 80. And then just make sure everything is within so this is the end of your kind of session here. So I'm making sure that's within. So what I'll do is I'll mute the no drums for now, and we can just listen to this, the track just with the drum part. And what I'm going to do straight away is start to arrange this. Arrange is probably the wrong word, but chart out all the different sections, which I find really, really useful. So I'll put the click on and firstly see if the click is in time with the music. Sometimes with different, if people are exporting through different DAWs, they can be lined up with theirs, but when I put it in here, it's not quite in line, so I have to move it around. So let's have a look. Sounds pretty good so far. So yeah, that sounds in time to me, which is good. So that's great. So what I like to do now is use this tool up here, which is the marker tool, to, as I said, like arrange, pinpoint the different parts of the song. So that is our intro. So I'm going to mark that as intro. So I've got this intro, bass coming in there. Still kind of feels like the intro though, in terms of drums, because they're not come in yet. So building. Drums coming. Okay, so you kind of got, I'm going to mark here, this is where the drums are coming in. So there are some other sections going on there. But as I said, they've got their programmed drum part. So in their mind, that's where they're seeing the drums come in, which is probably what I will do initially. There might be in that whole, because it's quite a big intro, I might, as I'm tracking it, think, oh, there might be some little inflections that I can add. But for now, I'm just going on this marker as to where the drums kind of come in. So there's like a build. Everything belongs Now, it's, as the song is called Everything Belongs to the Wind, I'd sort of say this is kind of coming in with the chorus. So I'm just going to write chorus for now. It might not be the chorus, but it, you know, as I say, this is a reference for me when I'm kind of learning each section. So let's call it that, but it feels like the chorus because, I mean, it's the name of the song, so it probably is. So let's have a look. It's the first time I've heard this song properly as well. So yeah, that I feel that is the chorus, and then so then here, this is basically changing to kind of more of a verse. So labelled that as verse. So this is kind of, this is a different section now. I'm just going to mark it. I'm not quite sure what it is yet. It's kind of the chorus, but... Okay, so now that feels like a solo coming in. I'm going to mark that as kind of the middle eight. Because it feels like it is. It's sort of the chorus, but it's a different variation on it. And then guitar solo coming in. Nice. Pink Floydy. Ooh. Succulent. And then we're into a chorus, I think, again here, it feels like. Just put and then the drums are out here, so I'll just mark that as end. Okay. And you kind of got an outro there now. Cool, so there what I've done is I've marked out the arrangement basically. So the next stage now is to work on, what I'll do now is I'll isolate each part. So this is a really good way of working, especially if you've never heard the song before, and you can straight away just hone in on each section to get each section sounding really good, rather than just trying to play like the whole song round and round and round. You're isolating each section and making sure you're happy with that section. But I'll show you how I do that in a minute on the kit.